A very good evening. It is 10 p.m. and welcome to the last bulletin of today on the 6th of October 2024, this beautiful Sunday. My name is Sharon Chomjish and thank you so much for watching and keeping it on UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. President Yoweri Museveni has appealed to the youth to engage in wealth creation to fight unemployment. The president made the remarks during an engagement with student leaders from public universities on Saturday who expressed willingness to join him in the fight against corruption.
Because there was a correct diagnosis.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on Saturday met with key presidents of students from public universities in Uganda who expressed commitment to join him in the fight against corruption in Uganda.
And appreciate.
If you really have a point, come and we discuss, we can solve this.
Media and politics are not just intertwined, but less we're very symbiotic in nature.
In his address to the student leaders, President Museveni advised the youth that they should not be stuck by the idea that the government should provide them with jobs, saying such a position is not right since the government has limited jobs in the public service.
Where do the jobs come from? It seems one of your people is saying there are many rooms in my father's house. That means he's stuck to the idea of government being the one to give jobs. But this is not a correct position, because how can the government have jobs to employ all these Ugandans? Because you know the jobs, the government jobs are well known.
Mr. Museveni also urged the youth to differentiate between development and wealth creation.
All these roads we are building, they belong to everybody. And we can keep on pushing the development of infrastructure. But if you don't grasp the issue of the difference between development and wealth creation, obugaga, in fact, in our local language it is even better, because the development is enkulakulana, but wealth is obugaga. And we always advise you that what comes to your house is obugaga, not enkulakulana.
President Museveni informed the youth that Uganda is moving forward despite a few challenges like corruption.
Distribution of wealth, but the economy is growing. Why? Because of a correct analysis.
He explained that the country is progressing because of the correct ideology of the National Resistance Movement government.
The source of jobs is wealth creation. The majority of the jobs must come from wealth creation. The youth, if you say just youth, you are not going to go very far. You better understand the political economy of society.
President Museveni also assured the youth that the government is at the forefront of fighting corruption.
I would want to advise you that if you really want to make a contribution, study ideology. It's good that you want to go to Chankwanzi, because it is in Chankwanzi where they take you through what we call political economy.
However, Mr. Museveni informed the youth that the government saved their lives when it stopped them from demonstrating during the planned March to Parliament protests. He explained that some opposition-bad elements who work for the foreign interests were planning to cause harm on the protesters and blame it on the government.
Policymakers are not in contact and all that. That the youth are marginalized in short. They are not cared about. But we were aware of all this.
The State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Honorable Balombo Rugahara, thanked the President for entrusting him and Colonel Edith Nakalema to mobilize and bring harmony among the youth.
Thank you very, very much for entrusting us with work, and we should pledge not to disappoint you. Let us always find a quarterly, maybe annual meeting for these youth leaders. Wunsa, like you heard, Okot is a brilliant man.
Your Excellency, the youth group of our population constitutes the backbone on which our economy must rely to to drive socio-economic transformation with innovative ideas. May I therefore take this opportunity to commend Your Excellency and your government for pressing the interests of the youth at the core.
Prime Minister Right Honorable Robina Nabbanja has called on students across the country to remain resilient and focused in order to achieve success in their life. Speaking at the St. Edward Secondary School Day celebrations in Kakumiro District, Nabbanja shared her personal journey, emphasizing the importance of perseverance in overcoming challenges. Take a look.
Prime Minister Right Honorable Robina Nabbanja urged students not to be swayed by the circumstances of their peers, but to concentrate on their studies for a brighter future.
For us, we used to come here on bicycles, and for them, they would come in a bus. But here we are, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, who used to come on a bicycle. That's why I should request that you, the students who are here, what you are going through here, are we together? Is not your choice. It might be by design of God that you go through all this so that you can develop that resilience. Okay? And don't even bother. What you must do is to know why you are here.
Nabbanja commended the Brothers of Christian Instruction for their contribution to Uganda's education sector, praising their efforts in shaping young minds.
St. Edward's Bukumi has played in the lives of countless students, including myself. So you students who are here, you are lucky. Count yourselves lucky to have come to this school. And please love your parents more.
She also encouraged students to remain committed to their goals, stating that resilience and dedication are key to success. The Bishop of Hoima Catholic Diocese, the Right Reverend Vincent Chirabo Amoti, who led the Holy Mass during the event, warned that Europe may face consequences for tampering with nature, urging the youth to be God-fearing and uphold values for a sustainable future.
And I fear that perhaps in the coming 10 years, Europe may not be what it is today. It will have vanished. People will have lost their identity because I think they interrupted the natural process. They must have done these mistakes maybe 40 years ago. And for me, I don't want to have children. I want to enjoy. I want to go to Japan. I want to go on holiday. The children will bother me. And this became a kind of habit. Families without children. And the parents were not getting younger.
Bishop Chirabo congratulated Prime Minister Nabbanja on receiving the Global Women Inspiration Leadership Award, recognizing her dedicated service to humanity.
Very grateful for the support that you give to this mother institution. We thank you for the great work that you are doing and for your strong representation of us, Bunyoro, Bukumi, and the entire nation, the good work that you are doing for us.
The headmaster of St. Edward's Secondary School, Brother Njogere, expressed gratitude to the government for its support in the school's renovation efforts and for enrolling teachers on the government payroll.
Through you, government renovated the chemistry lab and physics lab. We received a tractor through your office from government. We got 100 unit sheets, help us roof a few asbestos buildings which are here.
He noted that the annual St. Edward's Day provides an opportunity to reflect on the school's progress and plan for the future.
In more stories, the First Lady of Uganda and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, rallied the people of Uganda to embrace a premarital screening to secure the lives of their future children. In her speech read by the Health Minister at the Sickle Cell Run in Lira, Mrs. Museveni noted that the majority of sickle cell disease are realized very late because people don't do premarital checks. Eddie Olwa with the report.
Hundreds turned up in Lira City to participate in the Uhuru Sickle Cell Run. Health Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng led the 4-kilometer walk. She was joined by several other leaders, corporates and traders. Others participated in the 5-kilometer run, and the 18-kilometer run was led by former Olympic medalists Moses Kipsiro and Julius Achon.
It's my first longest run in 1 year. I haven't run 18 kilometers. That was tough. As you see, I'm tired.
Dr. Jane Acheng, who led the 4-kilometer walk, was representing the First Lady of Uganda, Janet Kataha Museveni, who contributed 10 million shillings towards the purchase of HB electrophoresis machines for Lango sub-region.
Yabo should have information about the importance of pre-marital screening and diagnosis, so that this matter is identified and addressed early enough through various health interventions.
In 2021, government introduced hydroxyurea, which significantly reduces complications for a disease with very limited treatment options.
But we need to be proactive and reach out to one another and explain in simple languages what it is. People mistake sickle cell disease, a genetic disease, to be something that is transmitted. And some people think it is related to witchcraft.
The run was organized to create awareness and raise funds to purchase 2 sickle cell screening machines.
We are now sure that Lira Regional Referral Hospital will have a machine, Leptong Health Center 4 will have a machine. The fight against sickle cell begins today.
And as the promoters of the Uhuru Sickle Cell Run, I believe we have really done the best.
It's believed that Uganda has the 5th highest sickle cell burden in Africa, with 13.3% of children having sickle cell trait. Currently, Aleptong district is leading with the highest prevalence of 23%. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Eddie Olwa. The Minister of State for Labour, Gender and Social Development, in charge of Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Bargahara, in charge of the Youth and Children Affairs, has officiated over the year's multi-shore event of St. Lawrence schools, with a tip to students to shun moral decay, but rather be patriotic citizens, I beg your pardon, who are nurtured to build a strong Uganda. The event brought together teachers, learners and parents from 3 campuses of St. Lawrence Schools and Academy.
The event was attended by various politicians, including the former mayor of Chengera Town Council and aspiring MP for Busiro East, Haj Abdul Chiimba. Residents of Chinawa raised their concerns by the growing divisions among party members, which have led to discrimination against those who support the NRM and other issues.
We must do everything it takes. But I want to appeal to the NRM supporters not to forget that if we have to win 2026, we must avoid this business of conflicting. Infighting is our biggest problem, because every time we fight, we give room to the opposition. So I want to urge our people, our supporters, to remember that the primary elections will be conducted by the NRM Electoral Commission. And once that is done, we don't expect people to come as independents.
Director NRM Mobilization Rosemary Seninde urged members to reflect in their hearts before pointing fingers at each other, encouraging unity as they are all part of the same family.
Now, if I get fellow mobilizers who want to support and help us in mobilizing the people for 2026, that is my interest and my desire and my hope that we mobilize for NRM.
They also expressed frustration that the Parish Development Model Program has not reached their area. Hachimba declared his Medad Segona. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Director NRM Mobilization, Rosemary Seninde, has met with the NRM Wakiso District. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss how they can rejuvenate their efforts in preparation of the 2026 elections.
Every year, St. Lawrence schools hold a multi-talent show. At such an event, students showcase different talents in different disciplines. For this year's event held at Koroni City campus in Mpigi District, it has received participation from campuses of St. Lawrence Academy, schools and colleges.
Students' body. We are also thankful to the students for behaving and being able to participate in all activities of the school.
The 31st anniversary has received attendance of the Youth and Children Affairs Minister, Dr. Baraam Barugahara, as the chief guest.
The Munyankole dancing Chigana, this is really nice. You're opening up. Thank you very much. I'll have Ntogoro or Runyege. Next program we should have Runyege and Togoro and all these other things.
Mr. Baraam paid tribute to the founder of the St. Lawrence University and other schools, acknowledging his immense contribution to the education sector.
I want to thank you, the parents who entrusted Mzee Muchibi, Professor Lawrence Muchibi, with your children, regardless of the bad publicity that was given to the late hero. He remained a hero in the education sector of Uganda, and we shall forever treasure Muchibi Lawrence as a founder of St. Lawrence Schools. And the dream was to transform Uganda's education sector.
Justin Tulina is director of St. Lawrence Schools and Academy.
Schools and colleges has 6 campuses: Crown City, Creamland, which was not part of the parade, but they put on yellow. So yellow is missing. That is Creamland campus. Horizon campus putting on navy blue. London College putting on green.
Exhibiting and showcasing African culture, education, science and technology were key among the day's performances. I'm Robert Onyango and Robert Whiter for UBC News.
Happy birthday! Thank you so much, Robert Onyango and White. Comprehensive Rehabilitation Services in Uganda has appealed to the government to provide more attention to disability issues by allocating additional resources to avoid victims and caregivers. The appeal was made during the 2024 Disability Run held at Makerere University Business School in Nakawa Division, Kampala.
Disability is not inability. Today, Comprehensive Rehabilitation Services in Uganda, KUSU, has participated in a charity walk around Nakawa Division to spread its gospel and to solicit funds to boost the hospital. The board chairman, Comprehensive Rehabilitation Services in Uganda, Victor Odong, said, "Everybody is a potential candidate of disability, hence the need to empower individuals with disabilities to recognize their full potential."
Disability was not given the attention it deserves. In any hospital, if you wanted to operate a disabled child, and a mother who's expecting comes in, a person who's been in a road accident comes in, the disabled child is put aside. We decided to raise awareness that there is this facility that offers services. And our focus, our mandate, Honorable Minister, is that 80% of our patients must be children from disadvantaged areas.
In attendance was the State Minister for Youth and Children's Affairs, Baraam Barugahara, who praised KUSU for its initiative to offer free surgery to children aged 0 to 5 years and for providing 50% discount for children aged 5 to 18.
Disability is not inability. They have the positive things within them. As a minister of young people, I should be very appreciative. So almost your services are benefiting my 75% I lead. So my appeal to you, the donors, the good sponsors, let us give more to COSO. Don't tell them we don't have a budget.
In a rated development, Uganda joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day in Waise Kawempe Division. This event focused on promoting inclusion and supporting individuals living with cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy etuukawo naddala mu baana abato okutunuulira wakati w'emyaka 0 n'emyaka 5. Omwana ali wansi w'emyaka ali mu lubuto tuba tukyamubala be baana abo abatera okufuna cerebral palsy. Omuzadde asobola okuzaala omwana ng'alina cerebral palsy oba omwana oyo asobola okufuna cerebral palsy ng'amaze okuzaalibwa.
Minister Barugahara, who also officiated the World Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day event, called on the public to continue raising awareness, challenge stigma within families, and create supportive.
I've appealed to them to look after the children, and our government, led by the president, we shall support these children. They have a right, just like any other child, to be looked after and also to be supported in the best way possible.
Joseph Buule, UBC.
Volunteers belonging to the Lions Club of Kasangati, Greta and other partners have launched a nationwide sensitization and awareness campaign about diabetes following the overwhelming, increasingly global burden for the individuals suffering from this disease. The District Governor Lions Club 411B, Benon Katate, while launching the campaign at Kasangati, Greta Lions in Kasangati urged the population to carry out regular checkups and screening.
According to the International Diabetes Federation Atlas Report of 2021, the diabetes facts and figures showed the growing global burden for individuals, families and countries, with a 10.5% of the adult population between 20 to 79 years has diabetes, with almost half unaware that they are living with the condition. While in Uganda alone, the recent overall prevalence of diabetes was 10% and was highest among rural Ugandan residents, constituting 16%, and peri-urban Ugandan residents 7.6%. The International Diabetes Federation projections also revealed that by 2045, one in approximately 783 million will be living with diabetes, an increase of 46%. The same findings depicted that over 90% of people with diabetes have type 2 diabetes, which is driven by socio-economic, demographic, environmental and genetic factors. However, urbanization, an aging population, increasing obesity prevalence, among others, contribute to the rise of type 2 diabetes. It's against this backdrop that Lions Club of Greater Kasangati, in collaboration with the Kira Host and Makerere Lions Club, have started an awareness campaign about diabetes to reduce the impact of diabetes, encouraging masses to take preventive measures. Launching the campaign, the District Governor Lions District Club 411B Benon Katate advised the populace to do routine screening and engage in regular physical
awareness about the disease of diabetes so that it can be prevented. And for those who are not yet in the know, they can be checked, they can be screened, and once they know, they are sensitized or taught on how to manage the disease. And today we have, at the same time, we awarded our winners of the marathon. And this disease is on rampage in our country. We want everyone to know that this disease is on rampage.
The main theme was about diabetes run. So we're telling people that it's very important for them to do exercise, because in most cases we do so much, and we're in offices, we're in whatever we are, so we don't get time to do some exercise. So we organized a 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer and 15 kilometers. Those who managed were able to do 15 kilometers. It was a good one. This was the first of its kind in our zone, and we're starting up a club in Gayaza, Manyangwa, so inviting people, those service-minded people who can be able to come and join us. Let them come and join.
The official sponsor of the campaign, Raka Engineering Limited's Managing Director Rogers Kamuhanda, challenged the individuals to give back to communities through such initiatives.
Organizations, individuals do not work in void. We work in communities. We make our returns and monies from communities. We make a lot of revenues from these communities, and it's only human that we should plow back part of what the Lord has blessed us with into sensitizing our communities in fighting such non-communicable diseases.
The event climaxed with the Lions and Leos from the participating clubs rewarded with the accolades and Maivan Joko for UBC.
In more stories, during a special mass at Namirango College, Senior Dr. Richard Kayonde commended Senior 4 and 6 students or candidates at this point to maintain humility towards their teachers and parents, especially as they approach their UNEB examinations. His message came as he officiated a mass of blessings for the candidates and confirmed students. Head teacher Constantine Poga also expressed confidence in the school's preparations efforts, assuring that they have done everything possible to equip students for the upcoming exams.
Clever and wise. We want people who can reason out things, but who can follow the truth. You have done something wrong, accept it. Don't reason out. You know you have done something wrong. Say, yes, I'm sorry. That's what we want. The products of our school, college, the first one in the country. You must lead the others in living a life of truthfulness. Truthful to yourself, truthful to God, truthful to others in the heart. When I turn to Senior 4 and Senior 6, it's the turning point for you. This is the turning point. Senior 6, you are entering the university, where nobody will be actually following you very closely. You must start from here. You must start from here, being a good person. Well.
The examination season, so the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academics at Uganda Christian University, Professor Joseph Chitaiwa, has advised S4 candidates to be steady as they approach to write their exams. He said Senior 4 and Senior 6 candidates prepare to write their final exams, and because it's very important to reflect on God's biblical teachings and master them at all times.
This was disclosed during the Senior 4 students' dedication service from Makerere College School.
It says, Jesus replied, I tell you the truth, if you have faith and do not only can you do what was done to the fig tree, but also you can say to this mountain, you can say to these exams.
The chairperson, Board of Governors, Nsuga Samuel, wished candidates the very best in their exams.
Time to prove that you're indeed going to be the doctor, the lawyer, the teacher, the engineer, the business owner, the pilot, the IT consultant, whatever you're dreaming of, that you see yourself.
The headmaster of the school, Martin Muyingo, said that all the students' assessment for the 550 students have been completed.
We started on assessing learners and going through what they have been assessed. We have done 17 assessment tests and we are getting one more this week. Only at topical level, but full papers that we are assessing our learners in all areas that they say we are not understanding well.
The Senior 4 students representative Omago Samuel appreciated the school for the time.
Always remember you as people who have been part of our lives and who will always be part of our lives, because it wasn't by us. In fact, we aren't the ones who chose to come, but there is a reason why we had to meet you. We thank you for all that you have done for us.
Story compiled by Richard Chirimbeka for UBC News.
And at Chisasi College School, Sheikh Yasin Sechkubo, the head of religious affairs, motivated students to prepare diligently for their final exams. He emphasized combining academic effort through consistent reading with prayer to God the ultimate provider of success. Jamil Sekaja reports.
The students celebrated the occasion with a joyful atmosphere marked by Matali. Chief Guest Shafiq Kizito of Makerere University urged the students to focus on goals and pursue them with passion and determination.
Doomed to have a mediocrity society, semi-Muslim, half-Muslim, trying to blend here and there. We need to first of all come out and set the standard and the pace and appreciate. بِفَضْلِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا. We shall definitely be joyful.
The head of religious affairs, Sheikh Yasin Sechikubo, motivated students to prepare for their combining academic effort and prayer.
Yes, we have prayed, we have requested him to guide, to help us and support everyone in our forthcoming exams. Church assembly, even after, before you read, have a prayer, begin your reading.
The founder of Chisasi College School, Haji Latif Sebagala Sengendo, warned students against participating on the form of exam malpractice.
Our staff has done its work. They are giving you all what it takes to pass. So now the onus is on you. The food is already on your plate. Tascoji School has trained so many people. And I know that you have contributed to the development of this country in various ways. One atwena umuiza genda notasanga muizi wa Tascoji School oba maje oba police oba ministries oba institutions ezenjawulo Tascoji School, we are well represented, inshallah.
Senior 4 and Senior 6 candidates have been urged to put God first in their academics as they prepare for their final UCE and JURA-CE examinations. This was during the dedication of Senior 4 and S6 candidates at Progressive Senior Secondary School in Chitintale.
The 2024 Senior 4 candidates will be the very first to be examined in the new O-level curriculum. With less than a week to the students have been advised to front God in their academics.
In dealing with candidates, blessing of candidates, which is going on all over the entire country. And the message is, let them not fear, let them not give up. It's too early to give up. Let them stay focused, knowing that it's possible with God. If they involve God in their studies, they will make it. Fear belongs to the evil one, but courage belongs to God.
The head teacher of Progressive Senior Secondary School, Mr. Pius Chitanyua, expressed gratitude to parents for entrusting the school with their children of the Senior 4 and 6 candidates for the UNEB examinations.
It's the first of its making as they prepare for the secondary curriculum. I am very much aware that these learners are going to make it. Reason being, we have brought in people who went for retooling to work as external facilitators. And prior to that, we attended very many sessions and also had the workshops here at school. This has enabled us to prepare our learners, and the testing also.
Teachers express knowledge and skills they have managed to impart in their students.
You have put in enough, and as a school and as teachers, we have surely done our part, and the students are going to pass. Our students have been engaged in discussions as demanded by the new curriculum. They have done a lot of projects, and we believe at this point we have already nurtured a team, a group of citizens that are going to be productive to the nation.
Because I'm seeing what I'm seeing and what I'm revising and what I'm seeing from, because we have seminars. For us to have seminars, we go for seminars, and they have told us many things about the challenges. So from what I can tell you, I'm ready for the exams.
Our teachers have really worked hard and have really told us everything that we need to make us pass in this curriculum.
In carrying out research, we are very ready. We are very ready to do this, and the government or the Ministry of Education has started. It will really help.
Senior 4 and 6 candidates are set to start their UNEB examinations with a briefing on 11th October 2024. Mario Nawori and Robert Katamba for UBC.
Many schools are struggling to adapt with realities of the COVID-19 pandemic. Online violence against children is a concern of the worry with a shift from traditional classrooms to virtual lessons that have been exposing an inappropriate content to users. This is how schools, parents and policymakers are facing this new challenge to protect their children from online violence. Take a look.
The COVID-19 pandemic has transformed Uganda's education landscape, where schools across the country were forced to shut their doors in early 2020. And for many, learning shifted from the blackboard to the screen.
Many parents didn't have phones, but we encouraged our students to go to neighbors for that purpose, that at least they should find a friend, a phone. But it was very, very helpful. By the time the students came back, a few months to exams, we had covered a lot of the curriculum.
Online lessons, once a futuristic concept, have now become the new normal. But as students embrace digital learning, new threats have emerged.
The adults online who target children to abuse them sexually. For example, they are on social media, they are on gaming platforms. A lot of harmful information on the internet. For example, information relating to violence, information relating to xenophobia, all such information. When children learn about it, they don't know how to make sense of it because they are children.
And on a few occasions, not many, not more than 5, parents have reported that they came back and pounced on their children watching pornography. And so because they don't know what to do, they get confused, they come and tell us, so we can help them with the children.
Schools are now taking proactive measures of ensuring students' safety in a virtual space. Administrators are calling for urgent government intervention, including policies that would safeguard children from online threats.
Within the new curriculum, they have introduced a topic about safety, that is computer and data safety. So within this topic, we have also tried to ensure that our learners, the challenges as they navigate the internet. And
we know the nature of students. When you give them work, for example, on computers or on phones, some of them will do their work hurriedly, and then when they finish, they will start surfing for other things. What we have done, we have guided them. Whenever they go to the computer lab, there is that immediate person who is always there to see that they are doing the right thing. Otherwise, we have not yet got those right measures of accessing some programs that would later turn to be violent to them.
But the students too have a role to play in ensuring their safety online.
And we have ways of setting our internet programs that they only give us things that are our age, nothing excluding that. So those people or those scammers are protected from us.
The Ministry of Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance has acknowledged the growing concern of cybersecurity and is working on ways to address the vice. The National Guidance Godfrey Kabyanga Baluku cautioned schools intending to have virtual lessons to get authorization from the Ministries of ICT and Education.
Sector has so many laws, and for instance, there is the Computer Misuse Act, which criminalizes any abuse of the computer. Cyberbullying, cyber fraud, all those are criminal acts. But I think our problem has been enforcement, and the way ICT now is changing every day. Even detecting as committed a crime is now becoming very complicated. Teaching of online teaching must be well monitored and must be approved by Ministry of Education and also by Ministry of ICT. Ministry of Education to ensure what you are teaching is within the syllabus. And for Ministry of ICT is to ensure you don't violate the IT law. You don't bring in material because you may be teaching, but because the child has access to a computer, he also goes to other sites.
Government through the Ministry of Education and Sports rolled out the digital agenda to address requirements of all education and sports sector, data and system safety, security and integrity. The Director for Basic Education at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Ismail Mulindwa, says the ministry is now exploring guidelines to be followed while using the digital space.
We should be able, first of all, to censor and get to know what kind of information these children are picking. And we need also, because basically children are researching on academic, not on social and what affairs. No, the major concern is that this learner is he or she be able to get information he wants online. That's the essence. That's the key objective of this agenda. So in doing so, schools will be guided on what kind of information will be accessed by learners.
Tabitha Subi, a child activist working with, says apart from holding service providers accountable, there is need for a national action plan to protect children online.
Those providers, because there are people targeting children on the gaming platforms, so they need to hold them accountable, not to target children on the gaming platforms. Secondly is we need a national action plan to prevent online violence against children. So there are countries that have done this. As Uganda, as a country, we also need this to protect our children.
As Uganda's education system continues to evolve in this digital era, the safety of children must remain a priority. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Mary Namkose, for that story on addressing online violence amongst children. Now, moving on in more stories, Chamakanda Secondary School in Rukunjiri district has of course celebrated 40 years of existence with gratitude to the government of Uganda and the NRM region. Take a look.
It was all glamour as Chamakanda Secondary School in Rukungiri district celebrated 40 years of existence, during which it has educated the nation. This church-founded institution prides in government support and pleads for more as it embarks on construction of a multi-purpose block to house a library, examination hall and dining.
I thank the government, one, for posting teachers here, for giving us capitation grant, for salaries. However, we are requesting that because of the big number of students now we have, where we don't have a science lab, we don't have computers, we don't have a main hall. So that's why we are requesting the government to really give us some aid so that we can at least build some of those buildings in school.
A fundraising drive to boost the construction project realized more than 700 bags of cement for this school that has close to 1,000 learners.
The Right Reverend Bishop Christopher Kakoze appeal to education is to put emphasis on vigorous investment in the education sector to harness good results. Kakoze was the chief guest at the Platinum Jubilee celebrations held at St. Teresa Namiriango Girls School, the school that was founded in 1949 by the Catholic Missionary Sisters from Africa. And of course, it celebrated its 70 years of steady growth, abundant blessings, and a future of promise.
St. Teresa Namiriango Girls School celebrated its 75th anniversary, having started in 1949. During the celebrations, old girls were reminded of investing in education for the girl child to make great leaders and mothers.
Believers, sisters and brothers, invited guests, parents, and all who wishes. I congratulate the head teacher and staff.
The day was filled with vibrant performances, culminating in the opening of the new Platinum Block, which will serve as a dining hall for the students.
During the last 75 years, our school has rendered invaluable services to society by providing value for generations of young ladies. These girls come from every social class, community, and linguistic group. The school has thus played an exceptional role in the process of national building by producing best minds and souls. I am honored to be part of this great school, which has nurtured very many people.
Many individuals were recognized for their contributions towards girl-child education, reaffirming the community's commitment to empowering young women through
shaping minds, hearts, and spirits. Central Kanangayago Girls Boarding Primary School has produced accomplished alumni, making a positive impact in various fields.
The celebration was a powerful reminder of the impact of education on the future of the nation.
In more stories, 15 disadvantaged high school girls have to clear their outstanding school fees. The one-time bursaries provided by the Forum of African Women Educationalists, FAWE, comes at a crucial time as the candidates prepare for the secondary level certificate examinations and the transition to the new stage of their education. Sigoa has a detailed report on this beautiful story.
This initiative is part of the Forum for African Women Educationalists, Uganda country chapter, ongoing 20K for Transformation campaign, which was launched earlier.
There are many children that are in, disadvantaged areas and cannot access government schools and benefit from, UPE, USE, but also that parents are struggling. We recently, selected 500 young people to support. And I can tell you that 3/4 of those, Madam Commissioner, were from separated families. Separated families, and so this separation that is happening today in society is affecting children.
FAWE, along alumni, is dedicated to raising funds to help vulnerable girls who are in secondary school to complete their education.
Now you have the ball in your hands. They've given it to you. It's now completely what? Up to you. You can make your future, you can break it. We've been talking about social media. I don't want to add on that. But one thing is that today there are more challenges than which us at our time we faced. There was no social media. I always make fun that I finished university without touching a computer.
But because we feel the plight that you're going through, so defend what has been given to you. Number 2, guard it jealously. Guard this scholarship with all your life. It is the key that will open your future. So as you get this scholarship, I also want to get a testimony one day where somebody says, I got a scholarship and never get back to FAWE for another scholarship.
A report from the Ministry of Education and Sports indicates that the transition rate of girls from secondary school to higher education remains low, with a significant number of them dropping out due to various socio-economic challenges.
Because your education is your life, and when someone holds your hand as a girl child into the classroom and onto the desk, please do your best. Please do your best. And as you go to prepare for your exam, tighten your belt and do it better than you've ever done it. Because your education as a girl child is your life.
The 15 beneficiaries selected from different parts of the country have been urged to remain disciplined and focused on their education to avoid falling prey to exploitation and negative influences.
When you get addicted at your age to the phone which is not even yours, and you want to use it for pornography, for TikTok, putting your beautiful little body, which is still growing, to the public to scrutinize, then you lose it out. So we urge you to use technology properly as students who are in school, so that you don't get addicted and you become wayward and you lose direction.
Daily News in Kampala.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or an app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy Wanawoli.
The Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and the National Chair Lady, Honorable Sophia Kenyanji Safina, invites all women and men to join us for a momentous inauguration of the Women's Council. The event will take place on the 8th of October 2024 at the Gaddafi National Mosque Gardens starting at 9 a.m. The guest of honor will be Her Excellency Hajat Samia Suluhu, the President of the Republic of Tanzania. And the chief guest will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and His Eminence Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, the Mufti of Uganda. This is a chance to be part of something truly special as we mark a new era for Muslim women in Uganda. Other activities will include launching the National Muslim Women Circle and establishing a national fund to support a one-stop skilling and rehabilitation center.
Welcome back to UBC News Tonight, and in our business stories, investors at Sino Uganda Mbale Industrial Park have hailed the Ugandan government's policies that have enabled them to invest and thrive in the country. These foreign investors are now encouraging fellow nationals from China to explore business opportunities in Uganda.
In an exclusive interview about the performance of Sino Uganda Mbale Industrial Park for the period it has been operating, the Minister of State for Investment, Evelyn Anite, has cherished Tian Tang Group for the great work over industrialization.
They bought machines, and after that they came back to government and said, look here, government, you do not understand the people of China, you don't speak the same language. I can come up with a role, which is my key role, is to actually link government of Uganda with the people of China and attract investors. But for that, I need you to establish a place, industrial park, of 600 acres, and then I'll go back and attract the investors. So we entered into an agreement with them, and our relationship has grown from strength to strength.
Minister emphasized government's commitment to promote as a strategy to tackle Uganda's high unemployment rate and widespread poverty.
We speak about 50 factories in this industrial park with the variety of products that we've never manufactured as a country. And so our relationship has grown from strength to strength, and it's growing more because we expect to see 150 factories.
Minister Aniti further appealed to more investors, both local and international, noting that Uganda offers some of the most favorable conditions for investment globally.
We also need Ugandans to be the one to invest in their country. So we're asking Ugandans, move away from areas which cannot bring you return on investment, move into areas which can bring return on investment. Among them is manufacturing, among them is value addition, among them is ICT sector. This you can get return on investment, and then we put incentives in place, both for Ugandan investors and the foreign investors, for the sake of attracting FDI.
Her comments came as a number of investors at the Sino Uganda Mbale Industrial Park expressed their satisfaction with the business environment in Uganda, citing the availability of human resource and a strong market for their products.
They
have special team to help us, and we are so grateful for the industrial park that support us and help us.
We find Uganda government, like a Umeme company, they will import more than 200,000 per year. Last 3 years. Before 2022, before 3 years, they will import more than 200,000 meters from China, from European, from South Africa. We find this.
You know, when the 2018, when new businessmen come to Uganda, the China Group helped us to get the worker from around Mbale, make us to very quickly to get the staff.
So far, over 50 factories have been established in the park, producing a wide range of products from household goods to electronics, such as television sets, electric meters, clothing, and diapers, among others.
From the sports desk, the Kabalega Independence Run held in Hoima to honor King Kabalega Chwa II saw a low turnout, with participants pointing out to poor mobilization and unclear communication. By 7 a.m. only a few Bunyoro Kingdom subjects arrived at Hoima Boma Ground, the designated starting point.
We are here to remember in commemoration of the greatest king of Bunyoro, who was a Pan-Africanist. And the cause is also very valid, greening the city of Bunyoro, which is important because the environment is being affected. Also supporting the Kabalega Education Fund to support the needy children to continue with education.
In this second Kabalega independent importance, I attach one to Omkama Kabalega because he's my hero. Two, because the main agenda is to conserve environment.
Wait, because this is Kabalega's legacy. Tukuengera kuimukia okido kichamba kuimukia opanga bwa tukukoleka ntingu. We are so proud to be part of the Kabalega legacy.
And that's all we had for you tonight, for being a part of the bulletin today on the 6th of October 2024. My name is Sharon Chomdesha. Stay tuned for more programming coming you, and have a lovely night and a great week ahead of you. God bless. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
President Yoweri Museveni is set to launch the innovative